Hello, good evening, Jose. Can you hear me?
Hi, teacher. Good evening. Yes, I
Hello.
can.
Great, that's great, Jose. So let's continue with this practice. This is going to be the last practice that we're going to have in a private way. And we're going to continue working with this article about NASA, right, and the rover sent to Mars. If you remember, this is the last part, right? We were reading how important this project is. It is pivotal, right, for NASA because it can change the course of history. And this was the last paragraph that we read. So we're going to continue by reading the next two paragraphs, please, Jose, that are going to be these ones over here. Let's do it, please.
Okay, the Mars 2020 Perseverance mission embodies our nation's spirit of persevering even in the most challenging of situation, inspiring and advising science and exploration. The mission itself personifies the human idea of persevering toward the future and will help us prepare for human exploration of the red planet in the 2030s. President Joe Biden called your psych and said, "Congratulations, man," and shared his congratulations to the thousands of people involved in the mission.
Thank you very much, Jose. So this is again related, of course, to everything that we read, but just for the purpose of understanding if everything is clear, Jose, let's try to explain everything in your own words, please. How can you explain this information?
Mm, the first part talk about the mission, perseverance mission, um, and talk about that this mission inspiring the science and the exploration, and talk about the mm, probably other exploration in 2030s or a human expedition.
All right, thank you very much. So good. We have this very interesting information, right? This is about this important mission, and we have even something that is thought for the future, right? As I mentioned, for the 2030s, that it's going to be human exploration, not only working with robots, with rovers and spacecraft, but also working with humans, right? Now, I have a question, but this is related to your opinion here, Jose. Do you think that it's possible now with the pandemic and everything that is going on, that it's going to be like something possible to send human beings to Mars? Do you think that this is possible for the 2030s? What do you say?
Yes, I think it's possible because the world is very advanced with the technology and is uh, time to be going to arrive to Mars with people.
Okay, thank you very much. So good. Yes, it's been many years already, right? They have been exploring with some robots, again, only with machines. Perhaps now it's time to send some human beings, and we're going to see how it goes. All right. Now, I have some questions over here, Jose, in order to try to understand all the vocabulary. When they say the Mars 2020 Perseverance mission embodies our nation's spirit of persevering, what do you think that it means, especially this word over here? What do you think is the meaning, or how can you explain this in other words?
And bodies, it's like mm, full maybe or hope.
All right, in this case, it's going to be more than hope. For example, but if you say that it's hope, how do you connect the perseverance, the rover perseverance, with the nation's spirit? What do you think is the connection between those
Mm,
two using this word?
Perseverance mission. give the people hope to make a big uh, I don't know, a big missions maybe.
All right, could be actually that can be implied, right? But in this case, they are not talking about hope. They are talking about something else that is the action or the uh, perseverance way of doing things. For example, embodies means something close to represents. All right, something very close to represents. It means that this robot, all right, the rover Perseverance,
Mhm.
represents the nation's spirit of persevering. And if you realize this, in other words, is like saying, this represents what United States is. And what is United States? A country that is full of people who persevere every time. They don't give up, right? They always go uh, to get what they want. All right, so more than hope in this case, it's the action of persevering. Try to get what you want because you want it, right? So in this case, again, that's the one. So embodies, it's going to be close to represent in this case. What about this next part? It's also very similar here, Jose, and we have another similar word. And up to this part, Jose, it says the mission itself personifies the human ideal of persevering toward the future. How can you explain that one? It's close and very close to this idea of embodies.
Talk about that. How could be uh, that type of mission in the future?
All right, could be. In this case, also, if you realize personifies, it's like the same as embodies. All right, it's like an object or like a mission that represents something. So in this case, again, the 2020 Perseverance, that mission, also represents, embodies, personifies what? The human idea, right, of persevering toward the future. So yes, it's related to a mission in the future, but mainly to the idea of persevere, to go ahead, to no give up, right? To fight until you get what you want. So that's it. Again, we're going to try to explain then everything once again. Actually, that's it because this part I think it's clear, right? They
Yeah.
just called and that one. But let's try to explain this once again, please, Jose, with this extra explanation about embodies and personifies. What can you tell me then once again about this first part?
Okay, this mission can give the people embodies for the United States or personifies um, about the NASA missions, trying to bring people to the Mars.
All right. If I ask you, for example, this one in let's say, all right, in Bolivia. In Bolivia, the flag is red, yellow, and green, right? Red, yellow, and green. And each color represents or each color embodies something, right? For example, what does the red color, if you remember that one, Jose, what does the red color of Bolivian flag represents or embodies?
The blood of the people who um, fight in the war. I don't remember the
Okay, good,
war.
good. I think that's correct. Good. So we can say, right, that the red color in the Bolivian flag represents, embodies, personifies all the fighting, right, in the wars and everything like that, all the blood and the fighting. Good. So also, if I ask you this question once again, Jose, what does the 2020 Perseverance mission represents, embodies, or personify?
Both. or just
Okay.
embodied?
No, actually, it's the same because I'm using only synonyms, Jose. I can ask the question, what does the 2020 Perseverance missions embodies? It's the same as what does the 2020 Perseverance mission represents? Okay, if you realize, then embodies is not one emotion like hope. No, embodies is a verb that means it's the synonym of represents.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you say?
Mm, the nation spirit of persevering in USA.
Yes, exactly. Right? People in the United States, they say that they like to persevere. They don't give up. They fight and they fight. Right? So, all in all, this paragraph is telling you that this mission is representing how people in the United States are, but not also in the United States, because later on they say the human ideal. So, this mission represents all human beings in the sense that human beings fight until they get what they want, right? So I
Yeah.
don't know if you have any questions and if these words are clearer now, Jose. Let me know, please.
Yes, I. It's clear. Everything
Okay,
is.
all right, perfect. We have just 2 minutes, but we're going to try to finish then this short paragraph over here. This is the last one. Let's read this, please.
Biden also tweeted about the landing. Congratulations to NASA and everyone whose hard work made Perseverance historic landing possible. Today uh, proved once again that with the power of science and American ingenuity, nothing is beyond the realm of possibility.
All right, thank you very much. Again, I think that here everything is clear, but let's try to understand this word over here. Well, actually, this idea, it says, today proved once again that with the power of science and American ingenuity, nothing is beyond the realm of possibility. So, how can you explain that in your own words, Jose?
That is American science and ingenuity uh, could be possible to do uh, with the power, maybe.
Okay, and what is the limit? If they say, right, if you work with science and if you work with this creativity, with this ingenuity, what is the limit according to Biden? Is there a possible limit if you work with science and the ingenuity or creativity?
No.
No, right? They say that if you use these two, the power of science and the American ingenuity, nothing is beyond the realm of possibility. It means that you can do whatever you want if you work with those two, right? Okay,
Yes.
and I think that's it. I don't know if you have any questions about these last paragraphs, Jose. Let me know, please.
No, I don't have.
Okay, good. So again, to finish today, the final reminder then, Jose, tomorrow we have the final class, but today it's the final exam. I mean, you can take it today, you can take it tomorrow or Saturday, and you have until tomorrow to finish all the assignments for Unit 4. Do you have any questions about that information?
I, I have a question about the word perseverance.
Yes.
When we say keep going instead perseverance,
You can say instead of persevere, okay? You can use this word. But yes, you can say to keep going, to keep fighting. All right, persevere. All right, I made a mistake. That's the word. All right. If you use that one, because that's going to be a verb, to persevere, yes, that's the same as keep going, as not giving up.
okay,
All
it's
right.
same
Good.
idea, right?
Yeah, exactly. It gives the same idea, right? To keep going, not to give up, right? To let's say to fight also. It's very similar to fight. Keep going, to fight and not give up. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Good. So as always, please, Jose, I'm sending the survey for today's conversation. That's going to be it. you fill it in, and that's going to be it for today. Have a good
Okay.
night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
You too, teacher. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hello, good evening, Fabiana. How are you?
Hi, teacher, I'm fine.
Great. That's great to know, Fabiana. So let's begin and let's continue with this article. We're going to read at least three more paragraphs to try to learn new vocabulary. Now, I want to check. Well, we're going to go directly to this part. All right, we're going to some paragraphs because some of them are not that important. We're going to have the ones that are important and have very interesting words. This is the one that you're going to read, please. Now, Fabiana, I'm going to mark it for you. Is this one over here? All right, let's read it, please.
Okay, the Mars 2020 Perseverance mission embodies our nation's spirit of persevering, even in the most challenging of situations, inspiring and advising science and exploration. The mission itself personifies the human ideal of persevering toward the future and will help us prepare for human explosion of the red planet in the 2030s.
All right, thank you very much. So, the first thing, as we always do, please try to explain this in your own words, Fabiana. What can you tell me about this paragraph?
Maybe talk about the results of missions of this vehicle perseverance and talk about how these have an important impact in present and in future and talk about how this is an um I don't how do you say antesala.
Okay, you can say that the beforehand, right? The beforehand or the previous. No, it's the beforehand.
Yes, this is the beforehand for a future missions of human exploration in Mars.
Okay, good, good. And also because I heard your sentence, you can also use the word precedent. That is similar to Spanish. All right, precedent. This is like a precedent for that. Okay, good. Good. Yes, that's really interesting, and I agree with you. This is very important. This mission that is going on now, the 2020 Perseverance mission, right about this rover, and that this is still going on, it's very important, and that's a very important precedent as well for what's going on later on. Because later on, we're not only going to work with robots, right? Only, and so far it's been with machines, robots. But in 2030, right, it is believed that we're going to be working with humans exploring Mars, right, the red planet. So, before going to further detail, Fabiana, let's try to understand better some of the words that we have here. First, this one, this is the word we're going to try to understand very well, and this one over here, up to this part. And in this case, this is going to be the word. All right, I'm going to use a different color. So give me 1 second. And all right, so let's read, please. Once, no, actually, I'm going to read. You're going to try to explain in other words. The first part is this one. The Mars 2020 Perseverance mission embodies, all right, we're going to practice that pronunciation, embodies our nation's spirit of persevering. How can you explain this in your own words, Fabiana? What do they mean when they say that this mission embodies the nation's spirit?
Maybe this this mission um, um, I don't how do you say impulsar.
All right. In this case, it's not going to be that one. It's going to be to impulse or also or to encourage.
Yes, maybe encourage the spirit of this nation, but I'm not sure if I am right.
Okay, so in this case, embodies is going to be something different. So if I ask you this question, in Bolivia, right, the Bolivian flag is red, yellow, and green. All right, and in most schools, I'm going to see how you're doing with that. They teach you what they represent, right? Red represents this. The yellow one represents that, and the green one represents this, and that, right? And if I ask you this question, Fabiana, what does the red color in the Bolivian flag embodies? How can you answer that one?
Oh, maybe it's like what represent.
Yes, it's very close to represents, exactly. All right, so here they are saying that the Mars 2020 Perseverance mission embodies. When something embodies something, if you divide these two words, and bodies, what is body? Your body, right? That's material. So when something embodies something, is actually the same as this word, personifies. All right, and in other words, it can mean represent something. So if I ask you this question, but now with this information, Fabiana, what does the 2020 Perseverance mission embodies?
Maybe the spirit of persevering in this nation and make this mission more real.
Okay, good. In other words, the first part is the best answer. Good. It represents the spirit of persevering, right? It means that in the United States, people like to persevere, to fight, to keep going, not to give up, right? To try until they do it, until they achieve what they want. So, in other words, they are saying that this mission represents how people are in the United States, right? Because you know the history of United States, they are believed to be a nation, right, of people who fought and who fought for their dreams, right? The American dream, and so on and so forth. So that's the one. This is the same. What can you tell me about this one now, Fabian? It's actually very, very similar. The mission itself personifies the human ideal of persevering toward the future. How can you explain that in your own words?
Maybe the mission represents a, a big an important event about how can be the 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 gains in the future.
Okay, yeah, it's related to many things in the future. And in other words, you can also use the idea of persevering over there, right? You can say it personifies the ideal of persevering, right? Because humans want to go toward the future. They want to keep going, they want to advance with science, they want to find out new things, they want to discover new things, right? So this mission is representing that idea, right? Of keep going, keep finding new things, keep discovering new things, because that's how science works and that's how humans work, right? Good. I don't know if you have any questions about these words over here, Fabiana. Let me know, please.
No, it's
Okay.
more.
All right,
Maybe,
good.
sorry,
Yeah.
toward. I don't understand toward.
Okay, I'm going to give you a very simple example over here. Okay, I'm going to try to delete everything. It's as straight as this. I'm going to imagine that this is one, okay, one building. This is your house. All right, I'm going to draw something here. This is your house, and imagine that this is you. All right, this is you. You are in front of your house, right? And you can say that you are walking toward your house. Okay, it means to go
Mm,
up straight. Okay, that's to go towards. So when they say persevering towards the future, it means going to the future. All right, persevering because they want to go ahead, they want to go toward. All right, that's the meaning of toward. I don't know if it's or if you have the idea more or less of what this is.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Now, before going to the next part, I just want you to read one more or two short, very short paragraphs. So that's not the one. Let's repeat these words, please, to verify the pronunciation. First, this one, please.
Embodies.
Good, good. And you can mix that O a little bit between O and L, like embodies, embodies.
Embodies.
Okay, good. This one was okay, but this one, the first time you made a mistake. How do you read this one?
Ideal.
No, it's going to be the ideal.
Ideal.
Okay, good, exactly. Ideal. And finally, no, the other one was this one, but now I think it's okay. All right, let's go to the next and to the last part, Fabiana, that is this one over here. It's down below. Here. These two. Here we have very interesting expressions. I hope we have time to cover them. If not, at least I'm going to try to explain to you. Those two. Let's read those two, please.
Okay. Humanity's love affair with Mars is an enduring one, full of wonder about the possibility of life on this mysterious neighboring planet. This historic mission can search for evidence that could could give us the answer. Perseverance is full of firsts. The search for signs of ancient life on Mars, the first helicopter fly on another planet, the first recordings of sounds on the red planet.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's try to explain paragraph by paragraph. Let's start with the first one, Fabiana. What can you tell me about this one in your own words? What do you understand here?
Mm, Maybe talk about how um, humanity or maybe people um, can need answers about this interesting planet and how this planet have a lot of mysteries that can be uh, maybe um, can be answered.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you're correct. Yes, there's a mystery around Mars. If you realize from the word Mars in Spanish come the word very similar to something that is alien, right? Someone from another planet. In Spanish, they call them, for example, marcianos, right? And it comes from Mars because people on the earth, they have always thought that if there's life in the universe, there has to be on Mars because of many different reasons, right? So it's a mysterious planet and it's the neighbor because it's very close to the Earth. So perhaps this historic mission, right, is going to help us understand and give us an answer about it, right? That's good. But I have now just one question. I know that it's time, but let's try to explain, please, this part, Fabian. It says humanity's love affair with Mars is an enduring one. What do you think that this means?
I don't know, teacher. I don't understand very well the last part. Um, I don't understand.
Okay, so I'm going to help you very quickly. A love affair is like a love relationship with anybody, all right? If you have a love affair with someone, Fabiana, it means that you have something with that person. It can be a secret or it can be public, but you have something. You have a love affair, all right? A love relationship with that person. So let's say humanities, that all people on Earth, we have a love affair with Mars. Why? Because we are obsessed with Mars. If you take a look at the movies about aliens, about UFOs, everything is in a certain way connected to Mars because people have always thought that life, all right, or that there's life on Mars. An enduring one only means that it's lasting. Something lasting means that has a lot of duration. All right? It only means, in other words, that humanity has been obsessed with Mars for a lot of time, and people are still obsessed with Mars in a certain way because they want to find out if there was life over there. All right? I don't know
Okay.
if that helps understand.
Yes.
Okay, good. And now this one, we're not going to be able to analyze this in detail, Fabiana, but I just want to ask you first about this. If you have any more questions about the words in the first paragraph and in the second paragraph, let me know, please. Or perhaps expressions that you don't understand.
Mm, maybe an ancient life.
Okay, something ancient, right? Ancient
Ancient.
is going to be very old. It means that the search of signs of ancient life on Mars, they want to find out, in other words, Fabiana, if in the past, okay, if in the past there was life on Mars, all right? Old life, ancient life, life that doesn't exist anymore, but once in the past existed, all right?
Mm,
That's ancient life. What else?
mm, and finally, maybe neighboring planet.
Okay, neighboring is the way. Remember that the last time we learned about participial adjectives, Fabiana, the ones that end with ing and with ed. All right, so
Yes.
here, neighbor can be a noun, right? But you can also use neighbor as an adjective if you add ing, Fabiana. So if you say neighboring, it means that the characteristic or the description of this planet is the neighbor of our planet. It means that this planet is next to or very close to our planet. That's the meaning of neighboring planet, all right? It's a planet that is located close or next to our own planet.
Okay.
All right, good. And again, try, no, I think that's it. The information here is very precise. They say perseverance is full of first because perseverance is doing many things for the first time. For the first time, they are searching for signs of ancient life on Mars. It's the first time in history. It's the first helicopter, all right? This robot, Perseverance, it has an helicopter integrated, and they are going to fly on Mars for the first time to take pictures and so on. And also, for the first time, they are recording the sound of the planet. Before, it was only pictures and some videos, but without the sound. Now they are going to be able to hear also. All right, and that's very interesting. But that's it. Do you have any final questions or comments about it? Let me know, please.
No, teacher. It's more
All right,
clear. Thanks.
great. That's great. Again, I hope that you learned some words. It's interesting that you can expand your vocabulary with these articles. And remember that you have at your disposal, all right, if you go to Google Classroom, practice unit 4, you can find that document and you can look for those words if you want. All right. So
Okay.
good. To finish up, please, I think that you have access to the poll already. You can fill the poll out, please, Fabiana, and that's going to be everything for today.
Mm,
It must be in the tools bar that is down below next to chat.
okay. I see the questions. Sorry, teacher.
Okay, good. It's okay. No, it's okay. So thank you very much for being in this conversation. Have a great night. Please remember, Fabiana, that tomorrow, Friday, 11:59 p.m., is the last chance to finish all the assignments for Unit 4. And Saturday, 11:59 p.m., is the last chance to take the final exam. All right. Tomorrow we have the last class. And if you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow. All right.
Okay, teacher. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.